Hello, I am your edgy English teacher. Hope you're doing well. Today is March 9th, 2025, and thank you for joining me. So, today I wanted to talk about the three C's in education, and they are commitment, care, and competency. The three C's in education: commitment, care, and competency. Oh, I didn't tell you that I love my job. I'm an advocate for teachers. I've been teaching 23 years in the New York City school system. So, the three C's of education. And what do they mean? How can you apply them in the classroom and possibly in your life? So this year I have a rambunctious group of seventh graders. Yeah, I'm teaching seventh graders this year, and they are a handful, quite a handful. They haven't found themselves. They're not quite teenagers. They're still young. The hormones raging. And, for me, the biggest thing is, they haven't lost their innocence. You can still see the light in their eyes. It's my cat. Hey, kitty. So they haven't lost their innocence. I love that. And, but they're quite a handful, They wear their heart on their shoulders. Very animated, loud, obnoxious, and so on. And so I've had them since September, and it's now March. And so for the first 4 months, they gave me hell. Well, they try to give me hell. I'm a surfer in the sense that I know how to ride the wave of human behavior. So, they threw all their darts at me, loud, to get out their seats, talking with disruptions. And, I walked down this road so many times that I was able to, I knew what to expect. And I knew that if I showed commitment, competency, and care, I will eventually win them over. So by, I think, January 2025, right? I've had them from September 2024 to January 2025. I start seeing a change, right? I started to win them over. And the way I was able to win them over is with the three C's: commitment, competency, and care. So let me start with commitment. As a black teacher, a lot of kids, I've been told this, have not seen commitment in their life. In other words, simply by me as a black teacher, or you as a black teacher, coming to work every day on time, consistently, is a win, is a check. Because some of them don't see that in their life, right? People are not necessarily showing up in their life consistently or committedly, right? So that was the first win I noticed. Mr. McQueen, he's always there. He's always on time. He's always prepared. He's always dressed. Commitment. And so that's a big win. And it's an unspoken win between student and teacher. think the second thing is competency, right? So with this group of kids, remember I told you about my seventh graders, rambunctious. It's also the ninth graders, because I have a group of ninth graders. They gave me hell too. But again, I'm a surfer. I ride the wave. I know how to handle children and their behavior. I know. So in terms of competency, students want to know that you know your job. You're not BSing them. You're not bullshitting them. So competency is displayed by, again, being prepared, loving your craft, in my case, English, and knowing it inside and out, which I like to think I'm good at teaching, right? I know a lot about English writing. I'm a writer, and I'm into books, right? I'm a black nerd, right? I'm into books, and I tell them that. So they want to know that you're competent in your job, whether it's English, social studies, math, science. They want to know that you love your job, you're passionate, and you're good at what you do. So I displayed that not only by my enthusiasm, but I turned them on to some really great books, right? We've read Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, I think. We've read Mice and Men, which I love, by John Steinbeck. So when I turned them on to these books, right, I had the kids that were most loud and obnoxious. They would come into my classroom, Mr. McQueen, high five. I just want to say hi to you, right? They would see me in the hall and, big me up. And I said, yes, I got them, right? Because I was able to turn them on to great works of literature, right? Mice and Men, The Insiders, the ninth graders, we read Mama's Girl. Currently reading The House on Mango Street. We're going to be reading The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, right? And for the seventh graders, we're reading a short story called, a series of short stories, which name escapes me, right? So by turning kids on to great works of literature and being passionate about this, you grab them. They gravitate to you because you are competent, right? So the third C in teaching, and again, I think this could apply to your life as well, which I'm trying to build a bridge of connection. But anyway, the third C is care. You must care about your students. You must care, and this care doesn't have to be knowing all the details of their personal life, but caring could be simple as looking over their work, writing a note, telling them discipline is also care, right? Telling the kid, yo, you're not going to do that. That's care. Kids want to be disciplined. Kids want to have boundaries, right? So caring is not only the nurturing side, it's also the masculine or disciplined side, right? Some kids don't get discipline. They get to do whatever they want. So by caring, it's a very important component of education. And then you can get, sometimes I've gotten to know students, know about their backgrounds, know about, their struggles, and that's another level. But simple caring in the classroom, giving them a fist pound, that kind of thing, speaking their language, talking about yourself, which I should say is very important. I always, not so much talk about myself, but tell stories. I love to tell stories, right? Again, you sometimes have to be careful about what you say, but use wisdom, and judgment. So I love telling stories, and that always draw them in, and it shows that you care. So back to my students. It's March. You know, the year is we 3 months away from June, the end of the year. March, April, May, actually 4 months away, 3.5 months away from June. And so now that I've gotten their attention, I can lead the horse to water, so to speak. They trust me. They know I'm competent. They know I care. They know I'm consistent. I'm committed. And now I can lead the horse to water, so to speak. In terms of life, I dare say that these components can be applied to a relationship, right? Commitment, competency, and caring can be applied into a relationship, right? It's not that difficult. Being committed to someone you love, meaning being on time, keeping your promises. Caring, of course, is a similar outcome. And competency, I guess, could fall into the place of, let's say, I'll just give you one example. Knowing how your partner or feels in a relationship and what are their needs in a relationship. You're competent about your partner's needs and desires and wants and feelings. But I'm not a relationship coach. I am an English teacher. I am your humble English teacher, the edgy English teacher. Thank you for joining me. Peace.